Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Last year when it was the 2024 NBA draft, I did not make any draft grades videos or anything, something that I plan on doing this year. But since the NBA draft for 2025 is tonight, I want to look back on my 2024 mock draft and see what some of my analysis was on some of the players and what I thought some of them would be like, and end up seeing if I was actually any good at analyzing some of these picks 1 year ago. So let's get started. So I did get the pick correct. I did have them going with Zachary Rizachet out of France. He was the actual first overall pick. So we'll say I get 1 point for getting the pick correct, and then 2 points if I was kind of accurate on how they would end up being. But I get minus 1 point if I got it completely wrong, because I think there's going to be a lot of that. So that was kind of right. I didn't really analyze him as a player much, but it was kind of a correct analysis. So I don't get a pick there or a point there except for getting the pick right. I also did get second overall here, Alex Sarr to the Wizards correct. We'll see what I have to say about him. So that's 2 points. That's 2 points so far. So I was basically saying that Alex Sarr has a very high upside, kind of like Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama do, as kind of ball handling fives. I don't hate that analysis, but I don't think I necessarily will get a point for that because that's not really what Sarr did as a rookie. He was more of an inconsistent shooter who got the ball a lot in the post and got a lot of more post touches playing the five in Washington, and also wasn't much of a ball handler for the Wizards. Now I am 3 for 3, so that is 3 points here, getting Reed Shepard to the Rockets right. So that is really not a great analysis so far. I did lead off by saying he was one of the best shooters in the draft class, which is kind of true, partially. But then I also said that he was going to compete for the backup shooting guard spot and that he is a guy that would be an impact player as a rookie in the NBA, neither of which really came true. He spent a lot of his rookie season in the G League, not getting many minutes, and going into next year, he could be a trade piece. And if they do keep him, he's still looking to be that third string shooting guard. Maybe he gets some point guard minutes, but he is looking currently to be that third string shooting guard in the Rockets rotation for next year. So I am 4 for 4 here with the Spurs going with Stephon Castle out of UConn. He was the Rookie of the Year, though, so I am kind of interested to see what I had to say about him. Okay, that's a pretty good analysis right there. I said that he could end up being a day one starting point guard. He ended up being a starting shooting guard just a few games into his career. And also, I said that he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the class, and I thought that he could maybe be a all defensive guy in the future. He's kind of looking like he may be. And then lastly, I said that he needs to develop his jump shot. That's one of the biggest criticisms of his game right now. So probably one of my better predictions there for Stephon Castle. Pretty decent right there. So this is the first pick I did get wrong was Matas Buzelis to the Pistons 5th overall. Okay. Oh, not a great analysis there. I did say Buzelis is a shooting guard day one. He played a lot of the 3 and the 4 for the Bulls. And the other thing I'm not necessarily happy about is that I did say that I don't know, it's not terrible. But I did say that he was going to be more of a project type of guy, and he definitely was not a project player. He was a guy that stepped in and was an immediate contributor for the Bulls right after the All-Star break. So about halfway through his rookie year, he finally broke out. I did say he had good positional versatility, though, which is true, but I did say he can play the point guard, and I don't necessarily believe in that. And then here at 6, I got this wrong, too, because I had the Hornets trading up. A terrible trade, by the way. Javon Carter, Onuralp Batim, a 11th overall pick, and a 2027 first. That's not good. That's right. I don't remember that. Okay, so my whole analysis on Klingon was that he is one of the best paint protectors in the entire draft class, which was pretty true his rookie year in Portland. He was their starting center the second half of the year once Aiden and Williams both got out due to injuries, and he looked like a pretty good long-term rim protector and rebounder, more of a traditional old school 5. He can't stretch the floor much, but I still think that that is a pretty decent analysis. Definitely not perfect, but it is better than some of the other ones I have had so far. And then here I got another one wrong. I don't think I got a single other one right outside of the top 4. I had the Blazers going with Cody Williams, who was awful as a rookie, so I am kind of interested to see what I had to say. Not great there. I did say that he is a very versatile guy. That's not necessarily perfect because he can't really play the one or the two in the NBA after we saw how bad his jump shot is. But one thing I did get right about Cody Williams is that he is a project type of guy, which is 100% true. He is a guy that's going to take a couple more years to even get to a starting caliber NBA player, unless he's just on a tanking team like the Jazz. And I did also praise his IQ. His IQ was not great as a rookie. Not a great analysis at all there, but he definitely did underwhelm his rookie year anyway. Not bad there for Connect. I did say he was a 3 level scorer who is one of the best scorers in the entire draft class. So not terrible there. And I did say that whoever was drafting him was going to be going for a win now guy. That is kind of what the Lakers did. So not an awful analysis there. So they wouldn't have got to develop him behind Derrick Rose anyway, because Derrick Rose did end up retiring that same offseason. And I really do kind of hate my analysis on that pick. But I was right about him being a very shifty point guard who has great handles but struggles with a jump shot and defensively. We didn't get to see him much as a rookie with the Timberwolves, but he did play very well in the G League, which does show that he could potentially be a very good NBA prospect one day. Yes, we have seen a lot of guys play great in the G League, but not ever play good in the NBA, like Bruno Caboclo and Paul Reed, all these superstar G League guys that never translated well. Dillingham could be like that, but I do think there's a reason that Minnesota took him at number 7. So Topic here, I did have him going to the Jazz. He did end up going to my Oklahoma City Thunder. And he does project to be a good point guard that's a good playmaker and has a good ball handler. But I am just now learning about how he is a really good scorer, and I do still think that whoever drafted him should have Euro stashed him like the Thunder I wanted them to. But yeah, not a terrible analysis there. We still don't know anything about him since he was out his whole rookie year. He could be a complete bust, but we are going to have to wait and see. So kind of partially right there on Holland that he is a more raw prospect that struggled at the G League Ignite and needs some more developing. And I still do think he could be one of the better guys in the draft class, but I don't think he could be the best. I think his ceiling is one of the top 5 players from this class from now going forward. He is a freak athlete, so I was right about that. Not much else I really said about him, but wow. So I thought very, very highly of Devin Carter. I said that he could be an all-defensive guy as a rookie. He did end up missing a lot of his rookie year due to injury, but I still don't think when he did play, he was that good of a defender. Kind of crazy take there on Devin Carter. Not horrible there. McCain is probably the best shooter out of this entire draft class going back and looking in retrospect. He is not a great defender. I did say that he is a really good defender, but he is. I just didn't really talk too much about him because I don't think I really knew much about him. He is definitely one of the better players out of this entire draft class. I mean, he was a superstar for Philadelphia before he got hurt at about the November-December mark of the season, averaging like 17 points a game as a rookie. He was the odds-on Rookie of the Year favorite, and he just got hurt too early. I think we could have seen him win the Rookie of the Year, be all-rookie first team, and maybe be a top 3 scorer on the 76ers as a rookie. He's just a pure scorer, kind of like what we're seeing comparisons to Con Knipple for tonight. I am just going to be doing the top 15 picks because I wanted to see who I had the Thunder going with. So this pick and then the next one. I don't know why I had to say that. I didn't know what country he was from. I literally have his jersey right there. I could have just said from Chile Basket or whatever. T. John Salon. Having ads on my own video, but T. John Salon only shot like 19% from three, I'm pretty sure, as a rookie. He was not a good shooter at all. His rebounding was, I guess, solid, and his defense was probably not his worst trait, like I was saying it was. That's a terrible take on him, and I was acting like he was going to be a day one superstar. He was horrible for the Hornets as a rookie. I'll just say it right now. Yes, he does still have a ton of potential. He was going to be a project no matter what, but he was not good. So I was basically just saying it would be a good bench player that could score the ball and help them defensively. But then I was saying that he would basically replace Aaron Wiggins, who ended up being one of the best bench guys on the Thunder this entire season. So definitely not good analysis there. And I don't know why the Thunder would have drafted him anyway. I don't even remember who they did end up. Oh, they drafted Topic, that's right. But yeah, not good there. Thank you guys for watching.